Brothers and sisters, cats and chicks, welcome once again. Slipped through the cracks, Dr. Mouth here, with more records that really should have got more attention when they first came out. And, you know, we're going to remedy that situation and let you people know about some of these forgotten gems. Now, today, I want to talk about a very funky lady today who did 4 albums in the 70s. All 4 of them are absolutely amazing. And then she got out of music for like almost 40 years, and now, just as we head into 2018, I think she's going to become someone that the public's going to know a lot more about, and are going to finally appreciate this lady and what she did. And I'm talking about the one and only Betty Davis. That's right. Obviously not the old actress from Hollywood, but the funk diva of the 70s, ladies and gentlemen. She was married to Miles Davis for only 1 year. She hung out with guys like Jimi Hendrix. She was very much a rock and roller as well as a funk artist. And she just created some absolutely amazing records. Her first album was called Betty Davis, but this is her second one that we're going to talk about. And it's called They Say I'm Different. And look at that cover. What an excellent cover. You know, I've always said the best funk music always has sci-fi elements. I mean, think about Parliament, Funkadelic, and Betty definitely looks like she was following what the Funkadelic boys were up to. And Betty also had a career as a model, so she was connected to all the top fashions at the time. She knew exactly what was going on, and definitely a very striking album cover, you have to say. This was one that I actually discovered at my years of doing a radio show at CIUT. They had such a huge collection of vinyl that they had been amassing since like the late 60s. And I used to, when I first started doing my show, I used to just go in there and look through the vinyl to find cool records. And I stumbled upon this record one day. I'm looking at this cover, and like instantly, the cover's like, whoa, this is amazing. I definitely have to check this out. You know, you open it up, another crazy, great picture of her there in her outfit. Yeah, Betty was rocking it out big time. And then I look around to the back, the songs on the back, and, you know, I used to have this thing when I did my show at CIUT that you're kind of supposed to preview music before you play it on the air. And when I would find old stuff in the vinyl and that, I never really did that. I would just look at the cover and see what it was, and then I would pick a track. And on this one, I don't know if you can hear it, it's playing right now in the background. I picked He Was a Big Freak, just for title alone. Like, how can you ignore a song called He Was a Big Freak? Well, I put it on. Super solid hard rock funk groove. Like, Betty's funk is definitely on the hard rock side. It's thick, it's hard, it's heavy. The production on her records is absolutely fantastic. She was involved with that. She wrote all the songs herself. Like, she was absolutely amazing. And a very unique voice. Apparently at the time she was criticized for not having a pretty voice. Well, if you listen to her songs, what she's singing about, and how heavy the funk is, I think the raunchiness of her voice totally suits her music. I think she was absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, I was right in the middle of my show, and I just played He Was a Big Freak without listening to it beforehand or anything, and I'm just like, I was totally sold on this woman right from the very start. So, as I mentioned, she started off in the 60s. She did a few little recordings here and there, some singles and that. Then she hooked up with Miles Davis. She married Miles Davis, and many people say that she's the one that kind of turned Miles on to rock and roll and Jimi Hendrix, Sly and the Family Stone, and all that kind of stuff, and that the Bitches Brew album would not have turned out the way it did unless Betty Davis had introduced Miles Davis to stuff like Hendrix and that, because she was good friends with Jimi Hendrix. Now, unfortunately, her marriage to Miles Davis didn't last very long. It only went about a year, and they broke up. But after they broke up, she did these amazing 4 records. The first one was called Betty Davis. The second one was this one, They Say I'm Different. The third one was this one, called Nasty Gal. And then the fourth one was recorded 1976 and lay dormant for decades. It was never released by the record company, and it wasn't until Light Up in the Attic, there's this great reissue company, and that's all they do is put out old obscure records like that, Light in the Attic, and they actually found that rare Betty Davis record from 1976, and they put it out about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was called Is It Love or Desire? And an absolutely stellar record as well. The only reason I can think the record company wouldn't have originally put it out is it is really raunchy. It is really heavy. I don't know if they were worried about repercussions and stuff like that. Perhaps references to things like masturbation and that didn't really appeal to the record company at the time. I don't know. It's a super solid funk rock record, though. See, that's the thing about Betty Davis I particularly love. I mean, I love funk music, but being a rocker as well, I love how hard and heavy her funk music is. It's not like piddling around with the bright light vocals and stuff. This is like heavy duty funk, man. It's like pounding away the grooves, and it's absolutely amazing stuff. So the good thing is that Light in the Attic has reissued all the Betty Davis records, and in fact, Nasty Gal, the last one that they haven't reissued, is coming out very soon. As I record this in early January 2018, they're just getting ready to put out Nasty Gal, and this is another great super hard funk record, and it's great to see Betty get the attention she deserves. Of course, her records have been pilfered by many people to use in rap songs. There's countless examples where they've taken beats from her old records and used them over again. But the best thing is, we can get her records now. It's fairly available. There's a lot more recognition as to who she is, but this might put it over the top, because if you think of what this kind of stuff did for someone like Rodriguez, it kind of helped propel his career to almost a new phase. A great documentary is coming out about Betty Davis. It's called Betty Davis, They Say I'm Different. It just premiered at the end of November of 2017, and is supposed to be making the festivals and getting U.S. distribution in 2018. So really looking forward to seeing that. They managed to track Betty down, because after she did that record in 76 and the record company wouldn't put it out, that was it. She was done. She just disappeared off the face of the map when it came to music. And no one really knows what happened. And she's really only just started to speak up again since Light in the Attic's been doing these reissues. So it'll be great to see this documentary. She was interviewed for it. We'll get the whole story from her. And she was always super opinionated when it came to her music and ideas, so I can bet that in the documentary she's going to give us the story, warts and all. So I really look forward to that. But to get you warmed up here, that's why I thought I'd do this, because the documentary's coming out. Nasty Gal is getting reissued, so I thought it's best to talk about Betty Davis. At the time, all her records slipped through the cracks. They were never big hits at all, left to be discovered by guys like me and radio stations. So there you have it, an awesome, awesome record. Besides, he's a big freak on this. Don't Call Me No Tramp is an amazing tune. They Say I'm Different. 70s Blues is a great tune. It's all great. There's no bad Betty Davis, that's for sure. So check her out. I've put some links here in the description box where you can listen to the entire They Say I'm Different album. And keep your eyes open. Betty Davis, They Say I'm Different, the documentary coming out later in 2018. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited to see it. All right, going to wrap it up for this time, ladies and gentlemen, but thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram. It's Dr. Mouth. Always putting some cool pictures up there, or letting you know when the latest videos are getting ready to show up here on YouTube. And, of course, subscribe. The little buttons down there at the bottom. The more subscriptions I get, the better things work out for me, and the more I can keep doing these videos for you, because it looks like you guys are digging them, and I want to keep doing them. So subscribe, please. All right, thank you very kindly, Dr. Mouth, and I thank you for watching.